to redefining orgasm is redefining the state of what your belief systems are. Because when I first actually discovered redefining it, I was like, oh, orgasm. Oh, it's the state of climax. It's the state of getting to that place where you're over the edge, where you're thoughtless, you're pointless. You can fall off a chair and fall flat on your face because you're in a state of unawareness in that split second. I don't think you're thinking about what you're making for dinner. I don't think you're thinking about your fears. If you're in that euphoric state, it's the state that I've been chasing my whole life, the state of ecstasy, that pill that I used to take back in the days, going to raves, thinking I was a little girl in an adult body, giving candy out and saying, I love you, I'm so in love, let's just play and sit with each other for hours and touch each other and tell each other we love each other forever. And that was the ecstasy state, right? So I chased that with drugs. And then I'm like, wow, something's broken in me as a woman. I would have my man be with me for hours in one position and going, honey, I'll stay here as long as it takes. You're in your head. And then by saying that I'm in my head, it would even get worse. And then we get into a fight. And then it was like an ugly state of orgasmic state. That's in a state of frustration. That's in a state of I'm broken. And a lot of women are in that state. And that's why I want to talk about redefining. So I'm not here to share like, okay, the end result of this conversation is that I have the best orgasms in the world in the state of like flow. To get graphic, I got something even greater when I tapped into what energy is, right? Energy is a forever flow, forever around and always available. Where? I didn't know where that was. I don't know. We breathe it, we're in it, we live it. So moving forward into a state where it was for me was that I didn't have any feeling unless there's a certain way, don't do this, do that, and it's controlling. So to the point where maybe one a year I'd be like, oh my God, this was incredible, and put it on the notion that it was the person doing it so perfectly, right? In the directing scene of the director on the stage, right? All the lights, everything was perfect because I was in such control for hours going, this is it. And it was just torture, but it got there, right? And it wasn't a pleasurable way of getting there. It was in a place of control. Don't put this music on. Be quiet. Shut up. You know? And it's like, here we are being real with one another, right? That's what most people feel. They don't share it. They don't express it. Where I defined the state of redefining orgasm is the state of the energy of the word. The word turns me on. The word stimulates the actions of the people, of the either contracted or I'm expanded. Love that. I love throwing people off their thought pattern, but then I don't like to be shamed also of being chatted about where that was a little much, where I was uncomfortable. That's their stuff. That's their belief systems. I will always stay true to a state of orgasm is the state of everything. It's the state of euphoria. It's the state of your orgasmic ecstasy, what you did when you were partying. And if you never did, and you never had a really deep orgasmic state, I am here to redefine you that you don't have to have an orgasm ever in your whole life to understand the state of euphoria. The state of euphoria is not sitting for 5 hours in Malaya in the tangent, oh, Himalaya, I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to be on my yoga mat for 9 hours and I'm going to just be in a silent retreat and juice my ass off. What is it tangible and it's available is it now. Did I say now? It's now. How do you say it? You say the word orgasmic. You remove the notion of what it actually means to you. And you go, no, it's a feeling of euphoria. The feeling of you're going to fall off that seat because nothing's holding you back. That feeling of like when you're having that deep state of orgasmic state, whether you're in it for real, like a real one, or you're not. It's still a state where you actually have to have precaution, I would say. When you have precaution, you have your man or hold your woman up in the state of the euphoric state because they can also hit their head and die. And, we don't know. We got to be, you're in a state. So in the state I'm in right now, without the orgasm, without the turn on, but just feeling that I'm turned on from the bottom up and lit up and telling myself that I feel so good, do you think I'll be more attractive for a man to see me walking around as a single woman? Or do you think that I'll be shamed if I feel not turned on? No one's going to see me. No makeup on, look like a schlep. You would look like the most beautiful woman in the world if you have that state. And no one gets that. And that's the nugget that I wanted to share today. That you are gorgeous. You. I'm talking to you men out there too. When you're in this state too, without the release, and you're in that beautifulness, let women come and flock to you, because it's not your job constantly to be rejected. Allow the women to come to you. Allow that to happen as well. I speak to the men way more than I would speak to a woman, because the men are the ones that don't understand that they have no shame to actually bring in the orgasm just as much as a woman. It's equal given. There's no men should bring it in more, women should bring it in less. Nope. We all have equal human being rights to orgasm. And that's how I'll leave it today. Adios. The rights to do it. So enjoy the state that I just put you in. Let me know how you feel.